means we have to go back and start driving again.
Tony, the man has no time because it's just for the politicians to come up with an equation. If it doesn't favor them, if it favors you, you could be sacrificed. So the first thing he should do is to convince the presidency, let there be a structure. Let there be a sports agency, or whatever they call it, but let the man who is going to head there have a contract. 4 years, this is what we want you to do. Let there be a template, a blueprint, so that anybody who comes...
Maybe what you're also saying is let's empower the DG to be more powerful.
The DG too is a political appointee because the man was not there before.
Anyway, let's go on. But the story is Bolaji Abdullahi is no longer the sports minister. Tamuno Donagogo is the new man in charge. We wish him the best of luck. We hope he's able to build on what is on ground and be a success on this job. As we always say on this show, we don't know him from anywhere. We just read his profile a couple of minutes ago. But now that he's our sports minister, we have to work with him, give him all the support if he needs it, and hope that he's able to achieve success. But in Abuja, there are different reactions to the removal of Bolaji Abdullahi as sports minister. Lucky Sawade went to town, caught up with some sports journalists in Abuja, spoke to them on Bolaji Abdullahi's removal, and they had a few things to say. We'll listen to them. By the time we're back, we'll switch gear as well and talk about Nigeria-Mexico international friendly coming up in a few hours.
Many had thought it would have happened maybe 2-3 weeks back. Only yesterday, the Senate brought out a huge statement that the budget would not be passed. So the signs were just there. We just didn't know the mind of the president. But actually today, he said his mind, and I think it's normal. As an executive committee thing, they appoint you the day you come in. You should also prepare your resignation or exit letter. And today is the day for Bolaji Abdullahi. So it's nothing new. It doesn't come in as a shock for me.
Politically, it could be a decision taken by the presidency for some obvious reason. But as a sportsman, I know Bolaji Abdullahi have left his mark in the sports cycle in Nigeria. We had a lot of crises before he came in. And as he's leaving, I think he should be leaving with a great ovation for the fact that we have stability in football. The Nigerian Youth Games exemplary was conducted well. But again, you must not divorce politics from sports.
Our politics sometimes should be devoid of performance because whether you like it or leave it, Malam Bolaji Abdullahi, in his about 3 years, one of the longest serving minister we've had, and he merited his lengthy stay in sport because of the performance. Most people will tell you this performance mostly is based on football, but again, you can't take it away from him that there have been a steady development of our sports, of our football, since he came in as a minister of sports. But unfortunately, the political turmoil, loyalty, controversy in Kwara State has consumed the minister of sports because, he came into this godfatherism issue in Kwara State, and now many are saying the PDP can't place his loyalty.
All right, so those are the reactions from sport writers in Abuja. We will keep getting reactions to all of these as we go on. But we've made a change, a quick one. Doom Nodio Konta has joined me. Today, Koiki has gone behind the scene. Doom, let's talk about Nigeria-Mexico because we have very little time left on the program tonight. But let's talk about Nigeria-Mexico in the next couple of hours. Let's tell people 2:30 a.m. Thursday morning. Okay, 2:30 Thursday morning. AM is morning already. Yeah. 2:30 Thursday. That means you have to keep vigil. I hope you have enough fuel in your generator to keep you awake till 2:30 to watch the Eagles. But the game, Nigeria-Mexico, is 2:30 Thursday morning. That's when the game will be played. But you can start watching from 2 in case there's a change, early kickoff.
Yes, let's give them that opportunity of staying awake from 2 o'clock, so that you don't discover that you are just 30 minutes late.
From me, immediately I get home, I'm staying awake because I don't want what happened to me the last time. When I was expecting.
We'll advise what we do in school when we want to read for a crucial exam. I don't want to sleep.
All right, but let's talk about what is happening. Dumnodi, what's the latest in the camp of the Eagles? Everybody's in camp. Obabona was the last player to come in, and everybody's taking this game more than just a friendly.
It's just more than just a friendly. We are looking at the World Cup.
What should be our attitude to this game? Just a friendly or more than a friendly? This is the last friendly before the World Cup.
It should be more than a friendly because you know,
like, make your World Cup
because
squad here.
You could, because it's the only friendly you use, unless maybe you are looking at the unofficial friendlies we organize before the World Cup. As the team are getting ready, maybe during their camping period, they can organize friendlies among clubs and even among countries playing at the World Cup. But the attitude, especially for those uncapped players, those coming into the Eagles for the first time, they wonder whether they can make one or two flashes that will give them a look into the team, like what Bartholomew Obeche did in 2002 when he just suddenly sneaked into the World Cup team for the Japan-Korea. So some of those guys won't show the stuff they are made. But for the old guys, yes, their place has been sealed. Like a player like Mike, unless something funny happens, Mike is.
Because we don't agree with you that anybody has
we won't agree with us, but we know if he has an average Nigerian to close his eyes and pick the team, you will see one certain John Mikel will be in that team, in everybody's team list. But even though it shouldn't be the attitude of the coach going into this friendly game, because the game against Mexico is the Mexicans want to come up with their best squad. They come up with their best players. They want to build up their best football, the usual South American style of football, like we've seen in the past. So the Mexicans are not taking this very lightly, because this is what South Americans do at every friendly. They don't take it lightly. They take it as it's a competitive game.
All right, Oye. The team list for the Eagles is out. So let's just quickly see if we can get it for you on screen. The starting 11 for Nigeria against Mexico, in case you have not seen it, is already out. So Eagles lineup against Mexico. We have Vincent Enyama, we have Ambrose Efe, we have Elderson Echejele, we have Godfrey Obabona, we have Kenneth Omero, we have Ogenyi Onazi, we have Ahmed Musa, we have Mikel Obi, Victor Moses, Emmanuel Emenike, Michael Uchebo. The new guy is getting starting this game. So for the first time, we are seeing maybe a change. It's still the same 4-3-3 that Kashi loves to play. No, but we are seeing Michael Uchebo having a chance to start this game and maybe make an impression.
Yeah, I think it's going to be 4-4-2. Uchebo, like you said, perhaps
tall, target man.
Absolutely. He wants to see how he's going to pair Uchebo and Emmanuel Emenike. And if it works,
change of style from 4-3-3 to 4-4-2
formation. So it's the usual team list that we are used to. Vincent Enyama, Ambrose Efe, right back.
Usual first choice, back four.
Left back, Babuna and Kenneth Omero appearing in the center defense. But we want to see some of these new boys, like the Leon Balogun,
Ezekiel, Leon Balogun.
Last minute call up. We want to see some of them. We want to see how they are going to gel with the rest of the team. I think they still have the friendly against Scotland. You know, Keshi still.
But at that time, when we were playing Scotland, late in May, we will have had a short list to maybe 25 players to the World Cup. So we may not be able to try too many players at that time.
Absolutely.
But I'm sure even in spite of the fact that we are starting with those we know, apart from Michael Uchebo, Keshi can make like 5 changes in the friendly, like 5 changes, and then bring in the Leon, bring in Ramon, bring in Emo, Ezekiel, and then we'll see what they can bring to the team.
Yeah. Yes, that's the beauty of a friendly game of this nature. You have to bring in, try as much players as you can, not like a competitive when you are just limited to just 3 players, and it's just 3 changes must be tactical, must be technical, so that you don't just make already make changes and you discover that when a player is down and you discover you had more changes, you can just you are down by 1 man, just first major. So, but I think for Keshi, he has to look at this game critically, because in our group we have a certain Argentina in our group. Even though people will tell you that we can't measure the Mexicans and the Argentine in terms of strength for strength. But you know that even in Copa America, the Mexicans will only give the Argentine their run for their money. And so we are not taking it. We are like when you look at what you look at, maybe probably the Argentines will parade the Messi, the Aguero, but the Mexicans will give up an inkling to what to expect from a typical South American side. Push the ball around, wait for that little break, then explode.
Okay, let's take a look at friendly games. Games are being played today. Today is a FIFA window. And a lot of games have been played. Let's take a look at selected results. Some involving teams in our group, some involving African teams. Algeria, 2-0 over Slovenia. Montenegro beating Ghana 1-0. Iran, they will be playing in Nigeria's group. They lost 1-2 to Guinea. I hope somebody in the NFF can lay his hands on the tape of that game, because we need to know what Iran play like. And then Bosnia and Herzegovina lost 0-2 to Egypt. I hope somebody in the NFF can also lay his hands on the tape of that game so that we can know what Bosnia play like. And then South Africa, they were bashed badly by Brazil. 0-5 it ended, and the goals started coming in very, very early in that game. So these are selected results for you of international friendly games currently already decided. But some games are currently on. Portugal, of course, against Cameroon. You have Belgium against Cote d'Ivoire. You have Romania. Some of those games are currently going on. For example, Belgium are 1-0 up over Cote d'Ivoire. We have Germany 1-0 up over Chile. You have Switzerland 2-1 over Croatia. And you have England and Denmark still playing out a goalless draw. Spain and Italy yet to kick off. France and Netherlands still goalless after 28 minutes. These are some of the results of matches currently going on across the globe. Before we close the show tonight and before we read your comments, let's just come back to Lagos and talk about grassroots sports at the Grassroots. And this time we're talking about the Lagos State Secondary School, the Lagos Premier Lotto Secondary Schools
Athletics Championship.
Currently going on, ending this weekend.
In different districts, because
different districts are playing
in Lagos
at the Tessin Balogun Stadium. So, Dumnodi, what's going on? The Commissioner for Sports, the technical officer of the AFN, NASCOM are all involved in what is going on.
It's just part of this rhythm and play strategy of the
secondary school.
The former minister, when he came on board, he set up a committee, the NASCOM committee, where we had the man in the middle, Yemi Dowu, heading that committee. They needed to bring sport back to the school, let the students be engaged in sport, try to make it as interactive, as exciting, as attractive to the children, so that they will know what sports is all about. So, and that's what the Athletics Championship is all about. They have close to 12 educational districts, and they are doing district by district in Lagos State. And of course, the overall winner, the short sprint, the long distance races, and of course, some of the field events were being
taking
place
there.
at the Tessin Balogun Stadium.
Go to Tessin Balogun Stadium to catch the best of secondary school athletics. I'm sure you won't regret it. I have just a minute. Let me just read a few comments on Twitter in a minute as I wrap up the show. JDG Fame says Keshi should please call up Ike Uche. That's coming from JDG Fame. Joseph Asikpo says the change of guard is a bit unfortunate considering what Nigeria achieved during the time of Bolaji Abdullahi, especially in football. Akowe Patrick says, my advice to Dagogo, get ready to be sacked. No, because you won't surpass the outgoing. Doesn't really matter. He may go there and do better than the former sports minister. Government is a continuum. And you cannot say that this new man won't do better than the man who left the place. All we can say is that we wish him the best of luck, and we hope that he's able to do a lot more that will move sports forward in Nigeria. Oye, I must thank you for your time. I must also thank you for your time on the show. Tunde Koike has been here. Say thank you to him as well for coming on the show. And of course, thank you to you for watching. We'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye now.